housing community. Carol, who did help us, redevelopment.
Oh, less responsibility.
Yeah.
Some people. They want to go down to Carroll County, they would like to.
Yeah.
You're not right here, right here.
I don't know if it's still. I was with it. That's the question.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, really?
Okay, so then, afterward.
This is all housing.
No, it's housing in. So it's all what should they going to do out in the streets and things. So they're going to be habits for the street and probably the I still work there.
Your money for it. I do. Oh.
I think we're ready to start. You have a call to order. Roll call.
President Kevin Smith,
Present.
Vice President Estel George, absence. Secretary Jeff Webb,
Here.
Commissioner Bob Brenneman,
Here.
Commissioner Matt McAleer.
Here. First thing up, if everybody takes a quick minute to look over the minutes from the last meeting. I can get a function. Oh, we have these two discussion. Make a motion.
Second.
Favor?
Anyway.
I don't see any claims that we need to approve. Is that correct, Josh?
This should have a list of American. We have. 13 claims on there. They kind of break up into 5 different things. First one, we made the transfer for the bond payment to the fire station. That was about $27,000 less than normal because we transferred some money within those bond accounts. So you may have that payment of $159,303.03. The next 2 claims that were kind of grouped together there, we had the final payment to Kinley Horn for the Brick Street, their administration engineering on the Brick Street project of $45.1967, and then also the claim to reimburse the water department for covering the RPR services from Commonwealth during the project. That was for $117,048.02. We've already received the reimbursement from the Fed on that as well. So this is just to get the water department to reimburse that into their depreciation fund. We had 2 claims for the 7th Street project, one for the Commonwealth's engineering for the month of May and one for the month of June. Those were $8,400 and then $21,100. Next up, we had all the claims for our improvements to the park bathrooms there at Brookside. There is 4 claims in total for that, for a total of $13,968.46. That project is done, so we won't be seeing any more claims for that. That came in about $2,000 less than what we approved before. And then the final claim there is to Main Street for the contribution match to the mural project. I did speak with Brian Preston today, and maybe you've seen the new mural on the back of their Filson Park behind the pergola, but they're mobilizing in town today to do the mural there at the Amtrak station. So that'll be being worked on this week. So
Any questions on the claims? Have a motion to approve the claims.
Motion.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Old business, let's do a project update on 7th Street.
The item permits were signed and sent back to Commonwealth today. The notice of intent for the water portion won't be active until the end of this month. The preliminary plans were received 2 weeks ago. They were marked up and sent back for final design. As soon as we get those, we'll be able to start ordering our sanitary and storm sewer materials and hopefully be putting those in the ground before we get the notice of intent through IDEM for the water.
Okay. So you guys are moving along pretty well on that.
Starting to pick up speed.
Good. What's the next step after that? After the sewer is just part of it? Is it streets after?
Water,
Water?
and then, yeah, we'll hopefully have some time there to let it compact and settle out. And then, yeah, I think November is the way the permit reads, November is the closeout. So hopefully we'll pave in October.
Okay. Very good. Any other questions for Bryce on the 7th Street project right now?
Oh, also too, on the, one of the claims, I didn't say that as well. Those are the final 2 payments for the Brick Street project as well, so I won't see any more claims for that. Okay.
Okay. Property acquisition update.
Yes, been talking with Sarah over at Economic Development, and she has gone back and forth with them. We kind of have a verbal agreement with the owner of the building, with Isaac. Since she's still working on Dean, so hopefully here at the next meeting we'll have something for you guys to look at and see if you're willing to accept what she's been able to negotiate with those owners. So it's moving forward, encouraging. So
Is Jackson County Economic Development take any money on this?
not that I'm aware, they're just doing the negotiating for us.
Then why are they negotiating?
Just because they can do those things in private, not in public. They can do that in private and not in public meetings. That's why that's one of their purposes, is to help negotiate these type of things.
Couldn't be somebody from council or any place else.
They could. It's just trying to avoid any conflict of interest on that. They're just an independent third party. That's one of the things they request we use them for. So. But anybody can talk. You know, it's just a.
Yeah, that's just the outlet that we chose to use in that situation. You said that's just the outlet that's been chosen to use in that situation right now. Said, yeah, we can have somebody else, or you want somebody else on the board or the council to talk?
Where are we at on negotiations?
We have an agreement with Isaac on what we approached him about, that we thought he'd be willing to take. But Dean is a little bit harder to move, so she's still working on him. So.
Do we have any other questions for that? Okay. Let's move on to some new business. What we have, the lots on 7th Street. So we're splitting lots. Is that what we're doing?
No, this is, I'll let Todd say it, but this is a resolution to, the city council already passed their resolution. This is your resolution to accept the real estate that the city council owns.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, your earlier resolution, these lots were on the list of acquisition, or the acquisition list, whatever it's properly called. The city council, I'm sorry, the city of Rensselaer owned 4 lots and 2 parcels. I think it is.
Yeah.
They're just 2 parcels, but they're 4 platted lots. 3 of them are in 1 parcel. the city of Rensselaer passed a resolution on the 30th of June by the Common Council to basically convey those parcels to the Redevelopment Corporation for its, Commission for its purposes. Redevelopment down there with that 7th Street project. That was not the first step in the process. It goes all the way back to last October, but
Yeah.
that was a necessary step. It's for no consideration, this commission's not paying any money to City of Rensselaer. It's like a donation or a gift. But we're required to accept or to adopt a similar resolution at this level by this commission to basically accept those properties into your inventory of acquired properties.
Okay. All right, so this is just signing, basically them signing these properties over to us.
Yeah, and it hasn't been done yet because this has to be done, that you're going to accept, that this commission is going to accept the properties. But a copy of the deed there's an exhibit and everything the mayor's going to sign.
Yep. Okay. What's the process after we accept that? So that's not the end of the process, I'm assuming?
After you accept, the mayor's going to execute the deed. It's going to be recorded. And if the property's the record title owner of those parcels will be the Rensselaer Redevelopment Commission.
Okay.
Then, with the one lot that's actually combined, the 3 lot combined into one parcel, we probably will be looking to get surveyed and split that into 2 to make them conforming lots.
Yep.
And then be looking to work with the developer or somebody to make a deal to get a house to put on those lots as soon as we can. So.
Okay. Does it have to go through a developer? Can they be listed out individually?
They can be, you guys just have more options to city council that you can, on stipulations you put on it, with the sale, that they have so long to put that property legally to put a house on there. So you have more levers to make sure things get developed.
Yeah, make sure people don't just go and buy the lot and don't do anything with it.
Exactly, yeah.
Gotcha. Or take it.
Yeah.
Do we need a vote or anything on,
Yes.
to approve?
Yeah, motion in a second.
And make a motion to accept the resolution.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Okay. Do you have anything else for us, Josh?
Yes, you guys will find there at the end of your packet there, I put in an example plan. We're doing a bunch of plans with HWC, which they've done our housing plan, an action plan for us. I think Chief Developing Housing, they're also working on a parks plan for us right now. They're doing helping us update our ADA and Title VI plan as well. But this is the plan they did for the Redevelopment Commission for Carroll County. This is just a little bit south of the high school right there. But this area, as you can see, this plan they did for them was in 2016. This area has had a lot of development in that area since then. They just identified projects and different things and tried to put some cost to stuff, and it just kind of gave their County Redevelopment Commission just an action plan to get some of these things started so that they could attract developers. So I was just looking at this. They'd like to come probably make a presentation to you, in the next couple months and see if you guys would like to do something with this. And we would probably focus on a particular area in one of our TIP areas, not the whole entire thing. We have a lot of ground. So it would be kind of focused like this project is. So.
Do we have ideas already that will, the reason we've?
Yeah, I mean, like when we're talking about with the county, the joint TIP area, we have a big list of ideas, and but some of the other areas that just haven't developed anymore, if we wanted to have them look at Walmart and see, we have a lot of ground around there that is marked in the TIP but never been developed. So it might be good to have them help us kind of lay it out and see what would be the best way to attract or develop streets in that area to get the development started. So.
Is that the area that we want first initially look at then, or
That'd be up to you. I'm just kind of throwing out some ideas. We have that. And we also have the Whitner Park area that there's been a lot of, interest in expanding that further east, maybe all the way to Marion School Road. So these type of plans would really help to get that ball rolling in the right direction. So.
Yeah, this is just kind of an overall game plan.
Yeah, it's a big picture idea. If you look through it, like I said, they it suggests redevelopment, buying some properties or, you know, or buying the ground to put in right of ways and things like that, so they can help direct the development and not just be at the whim of whoever comes to town looking to build something. So.
How does Carroll County kind of compare to Jasper County in that sense? You know, economic development wise, pretty similar.
I think what's helped in this is, they did use this and they leveraged this with like the Ready Grant One funding. And that they've had, you know, they're able to get a lot of funding for their housing development that they got going on down there. And that's the kind of things that we don't really have a lot of these plans in place. And when it comes to getting funding for those things, if you don't have the plan, then you can't get that grant. So there's just things to get in place. So we have project ideas waiting when those opportunities come up.
Any questions for Josh? I think it's a great idea to get these guys in here and at least people will pick their brains a little bit of how we want to set up our plan going forward.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, they can help with engineering, but in a lot of these, they don't have it all fleshed out in here as this was just planned, but some of the things they checked early on, they put cost estimates to it and stuff, so you guys can look to see like as you're spending, how it's going to affect you, be able to do things without taking out a bond. So,
Any other questions, Paul? Anything else, Josh?
nope, that's all I had for you guys tonight.
Good. Have anything else? We got a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, aye. Have a good night, guys.
I see where that is now.
Okay.
Between there and the cemetery, you mean? I didn't know. I was out today.